Maratha quota firestorm is back to haunt the Maharashtra government. There are protests which are planned in multiple areas in Maharashtra, including in Aurangabad and Kothrud in Pune district. Protests also planned in Dombivli and Kalyan, which are right next to Mumbai. The Maharashtra government is facing heat from opposition ever since the lathi charge on Maratha protesters on Friday. Maharashtra Deputy CM Devendra Fadnavis spoke to the Maratha agitation leader Manoj Patil, the person who is leading the hunger strike in Jalna, and called him for discussions. Deputy CM assured Patil that justice would prevail in Jalna incident. Government is also hopeful that a meeting with Maratha agitation leaders will take place soon. Remember, the State Cabinet Subcommittee on Maratha Reservation will meet at noon today. Meanwhile, Raj Thackeray is also in Jalna area to visit the protesters.
मंत्रालय में बैठा हुआ जनरल डायर कौन है जिसने जालना में बैठे हुए बहुत ही शांततापूर्ण ढंग से जो आंदोलक हमारे बैठे थे मराठा समाज के, उनके ऊपर गोलियां चलाने के आदेश किसने दी? जो आदेश आया पुलिस बोलते हैं, ऊपर से आदेश आया, इसलिए हमको करना पड़ा। हमको ये कोई करने की जरूरत नहीं थी। वो महाराष्ट्र में एक नहीं तीन जनरल डायर है, एक मुख्य जनरल डायर है और 2 डेप्यूटी जनरल डायर है। क्या करते गृह मंत्री? बस हमारे जो उनके जो राजनीतिक विरोधी है उनको दबाने के लिए, कुचलने के लिए, उनकी आवाज बंद करने के लिए पूरी यंत्रणा का इस्तेमाल हो रहा है।
Let's go straight across to Ankit, who's joining us from Jalna. Ankit, of course, face-off is continuing. Take us through the situation at this point. Of course, the Bandh has been called in several areas in Aurangabad and several other places as well. What is happening there? What are the protesters telling you, and what about the security situation?
Yes, that's absolutely right. Protester is clearly saying, because yesterday after Cabinet Minister Girish Mahajan reached and had a 1-hour discussion with Manoj Patil, but there is no solution, where Girish Mahajan is from government side is clearly saying that we need 1 month time to solve the issue, because there is a process, there is a rule and regulation that needs to be followed. But Manoj Patil is clearly saying that we are giving you 2 days time to give the Maratha reservation to the Marathwada area, and then later on giving 3 months of time to provide the Maratha reservation to entire Maratha community. But here government is saying it's not at all possible. It's very, very difficult. If tomorrow we'll issue the GR, then after that someone will go to the court, and then there will be a store. So there is a waste of GR as well. But here after there is no solution, people are very, very aggressive. Today Aurangabad is completely closed. Not only in Aurangabad, but several parts of Maratha it's completely closed. People are the protesters are on road demanding the suspension of the police who did the lathi charge, because they are aggressive. Their aggression is clear, that there is a false allegation which is on them of stone pelting, and also there are women and many people injured because of the police. But still nobody is suspended in that. That's the reason. Yesterday's the meeting discussion, there is no solution, and today they are very. We can clearly see. I was present over there in the protest. They are very, very aggressive. Then they are clearly saying we need a reservation, because it's a 7-day where our person Manoj Patil is on a hunger strike. His health condition is not at all good, and that's why they are giving the slogans against the government as well. But they're still demanding we need the reservation. Government should come and get the GR. Then only will remove this protest.
All right. Thank you, Ankit, for those details. We'll keep coming back to you on this. We're also joined by an MNS leader, Yogesh. Mr. Yogesh, your thoughts on what is going on in Jalna? Of course, situation continues to be tense. Protesters have called for bandh in various areas as well, but the face-off continues. Government giving assurances, but no consensus so far.
गवर्नमेंट तो बहुत सालों से एश्योरेंस दे रही है मराठा समाज को, लेकिन अभी तक कोई रिजर्वेशन दे नहीं पाई है कोई भी सरकार। चारों जो पार्टियां है महाराष्ट्र में बड़ी, वो मिलके तोड़ मोड़ करके कितने सालों से सरकार में आई है, लेकिन कोई भी सरकार मराठा समाज को रिजर्वेशन देने में असफल रही है। इसलिए जो अभी इसके बारे में अंतरवाली सराटी जो गांव है और उधर वो जारंगे पाटिल जी जो है वो उधर आंदोलन कर रहे हैं, और उस आंदोलन को जिस तरह से पुलिस के माध्यम से उधर लाठीचार्ज हुआ और वो आंदोलन भड़क गया, तो इसकी सारी जिम्मेदारी राज्य सरकार की है। और उसी आंदोलन के लिए आंदोलन के जगह पर मिलने के लिए आज राज साहब उधर गए हैं। और आपने देखा होगा कि छत्रपति संभाजी नगर से निकलने के बाद उधर जाते समय बहुत जगह पर राज साहब ठाकरे का ताफा रुकाया गया, उन्हें निवेदन दिया गया। और अभी ये दिख रहा है कि महाराष्ट्र में चारों पार्टियों से और उनके अभी जो गठ निकल के आए हैं उनसे महाराष्ट्र की जनता खुश नहीं है, और वो राज ठाकरे साहब की तरफ एक आशा की नजर से देख रही है।
All right. Thank you, Mr. Khera, for joining us with your thoughts. Let's also go across to Clyde Crasto of the NCP. Clyde, you heard MNS there. They are, of course, demanding reservation. They say that the state government has done very little as far as Maratha reservation is concerned. Your thoughts? Of course, situation continues to remain tense in many areas, including Jalna. Protesters have called for Bandh as well. However, a subcommittee cabinet meet, the state cabinet has called for a subcommittee meet on Maratha reservation. They will be meeting today, but no consensus reached so far.
First and foremost, why the lathi charge had happened, this needs to be inquired. Because the point here is very simple, that the Home Minister, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, should have monitored the whole situation. If the police has taken a suo motu decision to do lathi charge, then there's a question of who did it and who said it. But I do not think that this could have been a decision taken by the police. It has to come from the Home Department. Also, what needs to be understood is that the Home Minister, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, while all this is going on, was busy traveling to Leh and Ladakh for some inauguration. Now, there's no seriousness from his part. This issue of reservation has been going on for a while now. While Mr. Devendra Fadnavis was in government earlier, he kept saying that this decision has to be taken by the Honorable Court. Now he's saying that the earlier government did not take any action and did not work on the reservation. This duplicity and double standards from the government is not going to be acceptable, and this is a serious issue. It needs to be looked into with open eyes, open minds, so that we need to come to a conclusion. And especially these lathi charges that have been happening, it happened earlier also twice in the last 6 months. There have been lathi charges around Maharashtra, which needs to be looked into. And I think the seriousness of the government is questionable right now, and the Home Minister should be proactive, and the government too.
All right, thank you, Clyde, for your thoughts on it. Let's also go across to Ram Kadam of the BJP. Mr. Kadam, you heard NCP as well as MNS there. They are saying that this is failure on the part of state government. How do you react? They want inquiry on what led to lathi charge. The government has done very little to provide reservation, are the kind of allegations. So, of course, a committee meeting we believe is happening today. What kind of consensus will be reached? What can we expect? Will the face-off end?
First of all, let me tell you, irony of this dirty politics. Devendra Fadnavis was the first one, the first chief minister of Maharashtra, who has given reservation to Maratha community. If you have gone little back, during the from 1999 to 2014, the NCP and Congress both were in power. Why Mr. Sharad Pawar has not given reservation to Maratha community? When they lost in 2014 Lok Sabha election, after that, before the assembly elections 2 months ago, they have given such a reservation which cannot be sustained in the court of law. But when Devendra came in power, he was the first one to take this issue seriously, and he had given reservation to the Maratha community. Later on, when Uddhav Thackeray came in power, as we know that, he was one of the laziest chief minister of Maharashtra ever we have seen. Because of his ignorance, because of his laziness, the Maratha community lost this reservation in the court of law. Now, again I'm telling you, myself also I am Maratha, Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Mr. Eknath Shinde, he is also Maratha. We are wanting them to give reservation. We have come up with several things which can be benefited to Maratha community. But
All
some
right.
of the parties have been
All right,
trying
Mr.
to
Kadam, point taken. You're saying that is the previous government which did not do much for the Maratha community, and that is being corrected by the current government. So that's the reaction we are getting from BJP. Thank you for your thoughts, Mr. Kadam.